going on, Jerome's? So, Kwesi adofo-mensah, criticism has sometimes been valid, sometimes not. But in terms of the Vikings' success rate with the drafts as of late, including a couple of the last drafts with Ricky Spielman outside of Darrisaw and Jefferson, needs a little bit of work. Right, so F them picks last year, don't F them picks this year, all that stuff. And the 2024 draft class, it's kind of a big deal. All right, so you trade up one spot to get your quarterback of the future after trading back into the first round, and then you trade up again to get your future edge rusher talisman on the edge. And you traded second, third round picks. You traded some picks in 2025. And how has the 2024 draft class looked so far? So, of course, it starts and ends with J.J. McCarthy and Diamond Dallas Turner. So, right now, McCarthy is still a TBD, right? Very high variance right now. There's a lot of issues that are extremely correctable, but can you correct them in season? Right, but we've seen the clutchness, we've seen the swagger, we've seen all the intangibles. So I'm still fully in on Jonathan James McCarthy. Now with Dallas Turner's interesting because he was shat on quite a bit as a rookie. McCarthy being injured, sort of deflected a lot of that. Where Turner behind Pro Bowler Jonathan Grenard should have been second team All Pro, and behind Pro Bowler and second team All Pro Andrew Van Ginkel, where Turner didn't have a lot of snaps. Also, you look at Jared versus Latu blowing up and just like, Kwesi did it again. Oh, here we go. Right. But their success is going to color the quality of the 24 draft class forever. Right. And of course, you can't talk about the 2024 draft without Kyrie Jackson. We're going to talk about the Kyrie, the drunk drivers, plea deal at a different time once we wrap our head around it. But, Kyrie tragically, taken from us, and his time with the Vikings was very sadly brief, but made such a huge impact on this team, man. Dallas Turner still has Kyrie's nameplate above his locker. They're teammates at Alabama. They're going to be teammates here with the Vikings, and a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, so with this class. Oh, by the way, Kyrie would be so damn good in this defense right now. I mean, just given his length, just given his physicality, Flores would love him. Just God. But McCarthy, 8 touchdowns, 8 picks. Can't win at home, but can win on the road in division, which bodes well for Sunday against the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers. And you see the heights, you see the big arm, you see the big moments, but also it's like a golfer that can crush a 350 off the tee box, but really sucks chipping and putting right now. And now you can learn to chip and putt. Can't really learn to hit a 350. Trust me, I've tried. Right. Dallas Turner. So he's really come on in year 2. An injury to Grenard precipitated Turner's, frankly, his best game as a pro last Sunday against Chicago. AVG also missed some time early in the year. And even with those two healthy, Flores has shown that Turner's going to be in the mix. He's played 67% of snaps this year. He's got a 14% pressure rate, which is pretty damn good for an undersized edge rusher. And also, he's developed nicely into a solid coverage linebacker. So the more he can do, the more he can do. And the market's definitely, the market and the trajectory is definitely pointing up for Diamond Dallas Turner. Kyrie Jackson and 2 6th-round picks, Walter Rouse as well as Will Rockard. All right, so Walter Rouse, Rouse 88 snaps this year, 6 pressures and a sack, and intermittently he's been in the lineup. Issues with Darrisaw, injury to O'Neal. Justin School was also in concussion protocol. So Rouse, I'm high on Rouse. He can also does have some flexibility kicking inside the guard. Do I see him as a starter full time? Ideally not, but someone you can plug and play, multiple spots and feel kind of okay about it. Yes, I think that there is value and utility to that, especially with a 6th-round pick where he could become, the new swing tackle. He could become Quisenberry. He could become Rashad Hill. He could become XYZ, right? And then Will the Throw Rocker. I mean, what else can I say? Will the Throw, one of the best young kickers in the game, 19-21 this season. Also, both misses were from 50, and both may have hit a cable. Well, one certainly did. Second may have as well. Also, he's been perfect for PATs during his 2-year career with the Vikings, and just a nail driver. Absolute stud, man. And then 2 7th-round picks, Michael Juergens. It puts the lotion on his skin, or also gets the hose again. So he's a valuable swing interior offensive lineman, 2 career starts. I like the feistiness, except there's certainly a lot of unevenness, right? And I do like 2025 UDFA, Joe Huber, a little bit better, and Huber could also get some reps at center. But in terms of Rouse and Jurgens, 6th, 7th round, getting 2 quality backups, it's perfectly fine. Right. And they got Levi Drake Rodriguez, the pride of Texas A&M Commerce, baby. Woo, get after things. Really starting to play this season. And LDR, along with TID, behind Jalen Redmond, probably your 3 best defensive linemen this year. Although Allen Hargrave have been stepping up lately. Yeah, but LDR, just all heart, hustle, and muscle. 8 pressures, a sack, 7 tackles for loss this year, playing 44.25% of the snaps, most of them on early downs. So, yes, a very valuable defensive line piece and a real success story from the scouting process. A player that the Vikings targeted, and they waited out the board. They got him in the 7th round. Not even 230. What would happen if LDR went 231? But, yeah. Then 3 UDFAs are still in the mix for the Vikings. So, Gabriel Murphy, preseason superstar. He flashes, but undersized, doesn't play the run very well, but damn it, he can rush the passer. Certainly something to keep in your back pocket. And then Bo Richter. Bo Richter's quietly become a very important piece of this team, or he's a core special teamer, 525 special team snaps this year, 8 tackles. So, I mean, he's getting after things. Yeah, so really props to Bo Richter for stepping up and stepping out. Also, remember, he was the one who made the initial 53 this year as opposed to Gabriel Murphy, who they put through waivers, got him back on the practice squad because obviously the Vikings saw they had a better chance of getting Murphy through waivers rather than Bo Richter. So that's a good sign for the future for the Pride of Air Force. And then Nudie McLaughlin. So I know that Nudie just got waived. They're bringing back on the practice squad. Special teamer. But it is noteworthy that for the third corner after Okudah went down, they went with Fabian Moreau as opposed to Nudie. So I don't know. Florida's talked glowingly about him. Same thing with Durante Jones. But, work in progress. We'll see. Anyways. I mean, that's it. So basically it comes down to McCarthy and Turner. Because I feel like the rest of this class is basically written. LDR has some upside. Will the Thrill is already there. Rouse Jurgens, decent depth. Murphy and Richter, especially Richter. So special teams capability as well as some potential as like a 4th edge rusher could be there, right? But if McCarthy becomes a franchise, if Diamond Dallas Turner becomes a talisman on the edge, the class is up here. If they don't, class down here. But again, it's only year 2, technically year 1 for JJ McCarthy, so we'll see where it goes. And hopefully they will turn into what they're supposed to be, and then all the haters and the losers of Kwesi's drafting can eat it. That's all. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Take a look at the 2024 Vikings draft class in year 2. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.